Hello, you're tuned in to Failfection. I'm your host, Joel Delgado, and we're back with another episode. Sorry for that brief absence. I was sick, so had to get better. But I'm back, and if my voice sounds a little raspy, I apologize. Like I said, I was sick. So today's quote is from Vince Lombardi. He's a famous coach. Former NFL coach. The Lombardi Trophy obviously is named after him, so he did leave behind a legacy, and he is viewed as one of the best coaches ever to coach in the NFL and really any level of football. So the quote is, "Perfection is not attainable, but if we chase perfection, we can catch excellence." And that's a real cool quote, clear, cut to the point. And it really speaks to how motivated that man was to win and, chase perfection. And that's what we're all about here at Failfection. So that's something that we like to kind of get our minds thinking like, and, just get our motivated juices flowing to start every day. Because every day is a new opportunity to do something. You can do anything in those 16 hours that you get. You take 8 hours to sleep. You get 16 hours to be the best you and to work on yourself, whether it's exercising, the mind, physically, or, just making sure that your number one is good and making sure that what you're doing today is better than what you did yesterday, and, keep pushing to make yourself whole and you'll feel good. Get up, make your bed in the morning. Making your bed feels amazing. To crawl back in bed, when you come home to a made bed, making your bed in the morning can actually be something that can put a smile on your face at the end of the day. So if you had a bad day, at least you're coming home to a made bed, and that's something always good to look forward to. So now today's topic is about Apple and Microsoft, right? So I felt that when I did hear about this a while ago, because it did happen in '97, it really spoke to me, especially from Microsoft's point of view. I completely understood why they did. Well, matter of fact, I'm sorry, I did not understand why they did it. I felt like if another company was in the same situation, in a different industry, they would make sure that their competition would go away, and that's exactly what Apple and Microsoft had the opportunity to do, right? Microsoft, honestly, they actually invested $125 million to Apple when Apple was on the brink of bankruptcy in 1997. And it's crazy to me. Now I'm trying to give you like the way I was thinking and how I was taking the situation when I first read about it, and I was younger, obviously, and I did not really think that somebody would do that. I feel like a businessman has to make the smartest business move for his company, and I felt that Bill Gates did not make the best decision as far as eliminating competition, because that's essentially what they had the opportunity to do. And it's crazy that they didn't take that as a kill shot, and it would have boosted their brand, their enterprise farther than it possibly could have boosted it farther than what it is today, eliminating a tech giant that we know today as Apple, in 97, you know what I mean? So that's 22 years ago, and that is crazy how Apple is now actually worth more than Microsoft is. So, put it in perspective, it's a little crazy that that happened. They helped them, they threw them a bone, and now they're better than them as far as money goes. How much the company is worth, right? And that's not really important, I want to say. But if you're looking numbers wise, numbers don't lie. They are the more successful company as far as dollar signs go. So it's a little crazy to look at that, and it's insane that Apple actually started as a computer company initially, and moved on to all these other consumer products. Microsoft did the same thing. Microsoft actually fell short of Apple in certain aspects, right? So the mobile phone industry, right? Apple dominates still to this day. Not globally, but as far as the US goes, they actually dominate. Now globally, they're obviously behind in the Asian market because phones are cheaper and viewed as better as far as the practicality, as far as budgeting, or as far as price goes, and what you're getting for the money. So people do take notice of that, because really when you're buying Apple products, you're paying for that premium aluminum glass, and they upcharge. So it's not something that is foreign to people. Everybody knows that Apple is kind of not the best bang for your buck as far as hardware goes. But when you're talking design and build quality, obviously Apple beats you there, right? But these companies started both as computer companies. So Apple moved towards, the consumer. What do they need in their daily lives, right? They started making iPods. They started making all these things. And then Apple actually started making a lot of different, or Microsoft rather, started making a lot of different things. But they make advancements a lot more in the like computer side of things. Apple, they kind of design their machines and market it towards a more artsy crowd and professionals as well. But a lot of video editors, photo editors, they do gravitate towards Apple computers more because of one, just optimizations for their software for their computers, right? And obviously you could only get their software, one being Logic Pro for music production, and then Final Cut Pro for video production and video editing. So they have like the market locked with that. But Apple just dominates as far as the ecosystem goes, right? When you're talking ecosystems across the board, Apple wins that ecosystem, and they almost force a consumer to purchase a new product. And it's insane because people are willing to pay that premium as long as the Apple ecosystem needs an upgrade or needs a new addition. They're gonna pay the premium. They're gonna pay that, right? Now Microsoft, obviously with PC, you have more customability, and it's just like, it's insane what you can do on a PC, because it's unlocked. It's for a power user. You're able to use it however you want. There's no restrictions. On Apple, of course, there's going to be restrictions, right? But it's to each his own, right? It's what you like, it's what you prefer. Now, when we're talking Apple and Microsoft, money-wise, fun fact, right? About the $150 million investment that Microsoft made into Apple in '97, had they not sold, those shares would have been worth upwards of $23 billion. So that still wouldn't really put them over Apple. Apple would still be worth more. However, that is $23 billion. So they missed out on some money, but they ultimately helped their competitor, which they didn't really think that Apple was going to be there. I'm pretty sure nobody really guessed that Apple was going to be Microsoft's main competitor in 2019. And it's an awesome thing that Bill Gates did that, because it obviously did help Apple become the tech giant that they are today, and it continuously helps Microsoft improve. It helps Apple improve, right? And that's what I was going to get. That's my next point. It's you can't eliminate your competition, because if you do, there's no room for improvement, right? Or so it seems, right? So you're looking to always improve, right? I'm not going to say any company is going to remain stagnant, because let's be real, they hire the smartest people on the planet to work for these companies. Times, people will move on, and regardless if Apple was a thing or not, in 2019, people would still make advancements, right? But it's good competition. It's very friendly competition as far as what they do, as far as their operating systems, as far as their hardware, what they make, and it's insane. They push, these tech giants push each other, right? You could even get Google in the mix. Apple, Google, and Microsoft, they all push each other to create the best products that they possibly can, right? Whether it's software or hardware. And they do so many things now that it's mind-blowing. It's mind-boggling, right? But when you're talking about eliminating your competition, it almost makes no sense to, because you're almost hurting yourself. And that's essentially what Bill Gates said. And I thought that was amazing content to bring to this channel, because it kind of opens your mind up. Like, you don't want to eliminate your competition. You want to have that friendly competition in order for you to, checks and balance with yourself, to, make sure that you're still working hard, but not getting shown up. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you wanna make sure that the competition does remain friendly, right? You wanna be able, and it's all up to you if the competition remains friendly, because no one's gonna stop for you. No one is gonna stop and roll over and play dead for you. So you have to make sure that you're the best that you can be, so the guy next to you is working just as hard. You know what I mean? And that's good competition for you, and it's always gonna make you feel like you're doing more, you're doing better, right? And that's something that you could take with you in daily life, right? You don't want to eliminate the competition, right? You do want to somehow adapt, regardless if you're not doing too hot or whatever the case may be, right? You want to adapt and, still maintain that competitive edge, right? Because life is not a competition, but everybody does have to make it out. Everybody does have to make their own way, and it could get competitive there, right? Because what you might want to do, a lot of people may do or have done, might be flooded as far as the market goes, and you do have to set yourself aside, right? So whatever you do it as best as you can and strive to be better. It's gonna help you, and it's also gonna help the next guy, and it really is what we do here at Failfection. I promise you, that's what we've been preaching for the last couple of weeks, and this is really something that we hold near and dear. Now, we do like interaction, and we do like listener interaction, so please, if you guys are listening to this, wherever you guys are listening to this, please interact. Go ahead and tell us about the podcast if you like it, what you guys like to hear, topics that you guys like to see, anything like that. If you like to see it like a guest host or something like that. Now, we do have something for you here at Failfection. Kenny and I, we actually collaborated on 2 shirts, one white, one black. They're both the same, just one white, one black, for male and female. And we do hope to have those to you guys in a couple of months, available for you guys. So definitely check it out. We are going to establish a web store eventually, and we will have all that information in, all the links and all the descriptions of where you're listening to this podcast at. So now we're going to talk about the movie of the month. If you're not familiar, it's something that we do every month. It just so happens to still be February, so I know it's going a little slow, but the movie of this month is Aquaman. If you guys go see it, let us know. Definitely hit us with a spoiler alert if you do want to talk about the movie, but we love to discuss it with you guys. So go ahead and comment and let us know what you think about the movie. But that